The Vice President of the United States, Vance, also stood out. The US Vice President was very upset that a protest picket of several Ukrainian American women chanting glory to Ukraine frightened his daughter. And Vance wrote that the girl was agitated by the shouting. And Vance had a brief conversation with this picket, and it must be said it was unpleasant. He noted that the conversation with the picket was respectful, but in truth, right away. Unable to control his foul mouth, he immediately called his interlocutors trash. I can imagine what Vance's daughter would have experienced if she had accidentally found herself at the Kramatorsk station, in the Mariupol theater, or in the basement of Bucha. She would have had the opportunity to see how pieces of what was a mother just a minute ago convulse in a pool of blood. And through this spectacle, through these sounds, through this nightmare went hundreds and thousands of Ukrainian children caught under Russian bombs and shootings. But however, according to Vance, it's all still trash. These are respectable interlocutors and all sorts of tearers, mothers into bloody shreds. They are destroyers and arsonists of homes. These are all good Russian guys who only want peace. Well, Vance surely doesn't know that in 2024, the deputies of the State Duma did everything to prevent foreigners from adopting. Not a single child from the orphanages of the Russian Federation, including not being able to adopt any sick child, including those with severe nervous system disorders, musculoskeletal mental. That's what mental children. Oh, 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 and they were indeed prevented from being adopted into civilized countries where adoptive parents would be willing to pay for their treatment. In Russia, it's understandable that no one spends tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on these children. There will be none. All these sick children left in orphanages, these are tens of thousands left for, unfortunately, thriving there are intimate violence, beatings, and theft. But the head of the Duma Committee on Family Affairs, a certain Astanina, stated that precisely, and that was her intention, to prevent it. I have been fighting for this since my first day as a deputy. And you see, at this point, it's useless to talk about any kind of Russophobia. Here, it's useless to talk about specifically searching for and finding dark corpse-like spots on the face and body of Russia. We see that if pure concentrated evil is needed, then it is precisely Russia according to the parameters and standards of human civilization. This is, of course, a country, as they say, for enthusiasts, for perverts. Moreover, those who live there have become so accustomed to it that they don't notice the specificity and lethality of all these aromas, and they live in the poisonous gas. Their lungs have already mutated, and the air of freedom is alien and completely deadly to them. Perhaps this all continues until the moment they find themselves in prison, on a bottle, or in a trench with their guts spilled out. And at the moment of spilling guts, sometimes there is a belated dawn of enlightenment. More often than not, it doesn't happen.